thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for just taking a bit of time to talk to us. So maybe we can start by you, introducing yourself and telling us who you are.
Man, well, David, it is great to be here with you, man. My name's Chris. I am the CEO of YellowCard. For those who don't know, YellowCard is right now the largest exchange in Africa. We've been operating for about 2.5 years. We're live in 12 countries across the continent. Make it easy for anybody to be able to access the crypto ecosystem, right? Whether you cash, mobile money, bank transfer, whatever you have, make it super easy to get in, get out of the ecosystem.
All right, awesome. Again, I think for some who don't know, you guys started out back in 2018. Maybe you can give us a bit of history on how far you guys have come and how YellowCard got started.
Yeah. It's really a crazy story, right? I'm from the US. Unfortunately, they don't teach you much about Africa, right? Growing up, I probably thought it was a country, right? Yeah. And so, it's really been just a phenomenal experience getting to travel and see so much of the continent, see how diverse it is. Man, it's crazy how different it is as soon as you cross a border anywhere in Africa, man. It's just been a wild experience. But essentially, we got started back in 2016. Originally, we were doing something similar in the US, right? And we were building out this company in the US, and one day met a guy at a Wells Fargo who was sending $200 to his family in Nigeria, and the bank charged him $90 to send $200 to Nigeria. And so, I talked to the guy. Hey, have you heard of Bitcoin? It's free, it's fun, it's instant, all this great stuff, right? And went home and just started thinking about it and realized, Bitcoin doesn't actually solve this guy's problem, right? And Bitcoin helps you get money from point A to point B, but then what is his mom in Lagos, Nigeria, going to do with $200 worth of Bitcoin, right? We probably made this woman's life even harder, right? Now her money's trapped in cyberspace somewhere. And so, it just essentially just became obsessed with that problem and wanted to understand, how does the economy work in Nigeria, right? And Africa more broadly, how does the currency work? What is the crypto ecosystem like, right? Are people already buying and selling it? Tried to learn everything that I could, right? While doing that, I met a Nigerian man by the name of Minachi on LinkedIn. And, I tell everybody, for those of you who don't know Minachi, I tell everybody that Muna is the most convincing person I've ever met in my life. Because within about a month and a half of meeting this Nigerian man on the internet, he convinced me to take the first international flight of my life. I think I had been on a plane maybe 4 times in my life before starting the company. And all of a sudden I find myself in Lagos, Nigeria, to start YellowCard. So it was quite the experience getting started. We dove right in, right? There's if you're going to do something, you got to go all in, right? So trial by fire, put ourselves in the middle of Lagos and just work to see what we can make happen.
I never get tired of hearing that story, actually, because it's quite interesting how some of the most important products or most valuable products are built. They're actually based out of a need. So yeah, thank you for that breakdown. And Chris, I know that since 2018, it's been quite interesting. You guys have translated YellowCard into so many African languages. How many so far have you guys been able to translate YellowCard into?
Man, right now we have, I think, 14 total languages. I would have to get the we're adding them pretty quickly, so I would have to get the most recent count. And I can tell you that we have 10 plus more in the queue, right? That we're working on actively. Our goal is we want this product to be accessible to everyone, right? No matter where you're born, no matter what currency you're born into, no matter what language you're born into, we want to make sure that you can understand crypto and then get involved in it, right? And so, what's the point of being able to buy Bitcoin if you don't understand it, right? If you can't read about it. And so, that's why, we've done so much work on not just making our app accessible in sort of the more broad languages, right? So, the first 4 that we worked on obviously were English, French, Swahili, and Arabic, right? Try to cover, the majority of the continent. But man, we wanted to go deeper, right? We want to make sure that, even some guy living outside of a major city that, doesn't speak English that well, right? Only speaks, his local language, right? We want to make sure that, that person is able to access it too.
Awesome. I think that's a brilliant idea. Definitely just keep going. Yeah, I can't wait to see YellowCard in 200 plus languages or something like that. So yeah.
Man, there's so many different dialects of Swahili. I keep finding out about that. We're gonna have to make it available for Kenyan Swahili, for Tanzanian Swahili, for Ugandan Swahili. Oh man, so there's a lot of work to do still. So.
I can't wait to see that. And actually, speaking of Kenya and Uganda, I know you recently, visited Kenya, Uganda. I mean, how was that experience like?
Oh man, well, that was we just saw each other a few weeks back or last week in Nairobi, right? That's I've been to Nairobi a few times. I've been to Kampala a few times, man. I love East Africa, man. It's such oh man, it's so beautiful. Things are a little bit more calm, right? Oh man, it's a great place. Everybody's so friendly. Yeah, man, I can't say enough good things about it. And it's always funny going from Nairobi to Kampala, because Nairobi, everything is Nairobi, it still gets a little hectic depending on what part of the city you're in, right? And then you go to Kampala and you got just 50 bodas flying past you as soon as your car stops. Man, it's crazy. It's always great.
The African experience, definitely.
It's beautiful, man. I stopped. I got my Rolex. I'm watching bodas fly by me. It's
I mean, yeah. Speaking of just being in East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, what would you say is your favorite African country so far?
Oh, David, you're gonna get me in trouble, man. It's man, you can't ask questions.
You gotta
like
have
that,
a favorite. You gotta have a favorite.
We have employees in 16 countries right now, David. You are trying to start a war internally, man. That's
at least pick one.
I am gonna put a heavy no comment on that. What I could say is that I've been to 16 or 17 countries on the continent, right? I've really been blessed to be able to see so many different areas. What I can say is it is so diverse, man. It is. I mean, you go to Nigeria and then you fly down to Botswana and then up to Kampala, and man, it is so diverse, man. And what I would say is I just wish that more people outside of the continent would either take the time to learn more about it or come visit, right? And just experience more of Africa, man. It's been such a great experience getting to understand the different cultures and just how things work in different parts of the continent.
Great. So now, Chris, I think moving on to probably the biggest news of the year. YellowCard just announced $15 million raise. How does that feel like?
Man, well, I can tell you this, running a company is a lot more fun when you have money. That's this is the first time. Crap, we've been doing this for 3 years now, right? We bootstrapped. I poured literally every penny that I had, and I was dead broke, right? All of us were dead broke. We're all pouring our money into this, right? We raised a little bit of money, enough to sort of survive and gain some traction, man. We were, every time marketing had an idea, we would tell them no. I was staying at like $15 a night hostels and, Addis Ababa, right? It's been very nice, right? I think it's a testament to the work that our team has put in to get to where we are, right? And to make crypto as accessible as we're making it right now, right? We're in 12 countries, right? And we're going to have at least 16 by the end of this year, right? We have more that we're announcing soon. And it's just, it's really a testament to the team and to what we've been able to accomplish and what the team has been able to accomplish on such a shoestring budget, right? So we're just excited that now when, before when marketing would come and say, we want to put up a billboard on Kampala Road, we would say, not a shot, right? And, now when they say they want to do that, we could say, no, make it 5, right? So that's super exciting.
Yeah.
But, aside from what it does for us internally, right? And the growth that we're hoping to see come out of it, I think I'm really just excited for the crypto space as a whole, right? I think that this fundraise puts Africa on the map in terms of the crypto industry. I don't think that you can have a conversation about crypto anywhere in the world without talking about the continent, without talking about Nigeria, Kenya, right? Some of these countries that are doing so much in crypto and blockchain. And what I'm really hoping is that, and yeah, we've already started to see this, right? But what I'm really hoping is that more blockchain projects and more crypto projects on the continent will be able to get funding, right, and get that sort of that seed round in, right, raise $1-2 million. Now that this has, hopefully in the eyes of investors, opened it up, right? So, we've already started to see that, right? We've seen a few other rounds, seed rounds and everything close. And that's super exciting. I hope that we get to see more of that for the space.
Definitely. I think this is good news, not just for YellowCard, I think, but just for the entire continent and for the future of crypto on the continent. So definitely, I think that's, it was quite commendable. And it was also great to see some of your backers. These are people who actually believe in the future of Africa. So it was also good to see some of the names behind, the raise, which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, we're very excited about that, right? I mean, Villar is a very well-known fund, right? I mean, most famously for people in Africa, Villar also led rounds for Kuda Bank, right? So, for them, they have some experience with the continent, right? And they're just looking to dive in more deeply, right? Which, we're excited about. Coinbase Square, right? I mean, for them, it's, really the first foray for these companies starting to look at the continent more broadly and really take it more seriously when it comes to crypto. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think that you should be having a conversation anywhere in the world about the crypto industry that does not involve Africa.
And now speaking of Africa and, post the raise now, Chris, what can we expect from YellowCard now moving 2021? Now you have enough money to actually now, getting to Africa, for real.
Oh, David, we're gonna do some exciting stuff, man. I don't like to say too much, right? I prefer to let the company, let's let the products do the talking, right? But what I can tell you is we have a lot more countries that we're going to be expanding into. We have some really exciting products that are going to be coming out, and I promise that everybody that's interested will be able to see and read about it on Bitcoin KE.
Wow. All right. I'll take that as a compliment. As we close, maybe Chris, any word of advice to other entrepreneurs who are building, who also seek to raise or to build a product as good as YellowCard on the continent? What would be your sage advice?
And I think that this is the absolute perfect time to do it. I think that we're trying to open up the industry and sort of pave that way for crypto specifically, but we are by no means the first, right? I mean, we our path was paved by Paystack, it was paved by Flutterwave, right? It was paved by these other fintech giants that have come before us, right? And so, man, it's a super exciting time in the space. For fintech, for crypto more broadly, right? And I mean, now, like really, if you have an idea and you're thinking about doing it, you should do it. I mean, that is my advice: is get started. Just put something out there, right? And I mean, the amount of interest from a fundraising perspective right now that's coming into Africa, especially for fintech, right? On the backs of, like I said, on the backs of Flutterwave, on the backs of Paystack, on the backs of some of these, behemoths. is very, very exciting.
All right, awesome. And for people who want to learn about YellowCard or who want to use your product, where can they go to?
YellowCard.io. That is the best place to start, right? If you have an iPhone, we're on the App Store. If you have an Android, we're on the App Store, right? Google Play, Apple, YellowCard.io. You can, hey, check us out on Twitter, YellowCard app, right? We are all over, man. Just come and find us. Buy crypto, man. Buy Bitcoin.
Right, awesome. Thank you, Chris, for talking to us today.
David, anything for you, brother.
Thank you.